Merry Christmas, friends. This is my very first year in the new rental house that I'm living in. It's an old historic house that has lots of wood paneling, and it's also a new space in general. So decorating for Christmas this year has been a bit of a challenge that I've been excited to do. Oh, hi! Another challenge that I have this year is that I have two kittens. They are little sweeties. I love them so much, and it makes it more challenging to decorate for Christmas with my kitties too. Huh. This is Vera. She is definitely the angel of the two kittens, and Rosie, the Siamese, is the little devil, isn't she? This is also the first year that I've ever lived alone. And I'm decorating for Christmas, and that I have been dreading. But more on that later. I'm not dreading it anymore, which is really great. So this video, I'm going to do a bit of decorating, show you my dining room and my living room, which I have not really showed my living room at all so far. But now I think it looks pretty festive in there, and we're going to make it look even more festive together while we're decorating. So this is a huge bookcase. There was only one spot that I could go in this house, and it was in the dining room. And so I decorated it with a lot of like food related items, like baking. And then also I have this eggnog set. So like here I have like a cute vanilla bottle. And then I have like, this is like blackberry flavoring, but I just like the vintage packaging on it. I have lots of vintage Christmas mugs, and then like these ones, these are little reindeer mugs, and these aren't vintage actually. I got them at Walmart, and I think they're so cute. And then I just put a bottle brush tree, and these are from Dollar Tree, I believe. And then I just put them on top, and I think they look pretty cute. Some items here I have also upcycled myself. So like this tin here is actually a peanut tin, a beer nuts tin. I think I got this at like Aldi or something. And then I just wrapped it with vintage Christmas wrapping paper. And I have a DIY for that with full instructions, a total tutorial of it. So I will link to that. And then like these candles, this is gnome tissue paper that I got. So this is a candle that I got at the thrift store. And then I wrapped it with the tissue paper so I could decorate with it. I also decorated this one from the thrift store. This one has fabric on it, and I think that that looks really cute. It's a big mix of mostly vintage decorations that I've gotten at flea markets, estate sales, and thrift stores, and then some upcycled items that I have done to make it look really vintage. If you followed me for a while, then you know that I love to decorate with my big green shelf that I got in an antique store one time for 25 bucks. And oftentimes I will decorate this in a rainbow theme, but I love to decorate it for Halloween and Christmas also. Generally what I do is, because the shelf is so big, and the shelves themselves are so small, you can't put normal books on them. So what I do is the bottom half, I use an expandable curtain rod, and then I hang like a vintage sheet so that I don't have to decorate all of them. Well, I hung up a vintage sheet or a vintage Christmas tablecloth, and the kittens immediately ripped it down. So I knew I couldn't do a curtain rod, and I had to decorate everything instead. I mean, I could have done something else, but I decided that it was just going to be a challenge that I would see if I could decorate the whole thing. And the lower half, I decorated with things that I didn't think the kittens would want to destroy. The kittens really love bottle brush trees. They go for those. And then also I have really teeny tiny Christmas pieces, like these super small and very fragile Christmas items. Like this is a adorable little caroler who has skis on, and I know the kittens would love them because of the pipe cleaners. And then I have small little putz houses. If you want to know more details about these vintage items, I do have videos where I explain like valuable and collectible Christmas items, so I will link to that. But I put things like vintage Christmas ornament boxes on the lower shelves because the kittens aren't going to do anything with them. And then I slowly moved up and started adding bottle brush trees and girly candles and things that I really care about and I don't want the kittens to destroy. And I've had this up for about a month now. Oops. I started decorating immediately after Halloween. Actually, I took down my Halloween decorations before Halloween. I was so excited to decorate for Christmas. So it's been up for like a month and the kittens have left it alone and I think it looks really cute. This Merry Christmas sign is something that I absolutely love. I got it at the Allegan Antique Market, which I've been to a million times and I've done videos about it. I've never seen anything like this before. I've tried Googling it and looking on eBay. I've never seen another one. So I'm guessing maybe it was a store display. And it says Merry Christmas, but then you can switch the sign to say Happy New Year. Isn't that cool? Got it for, I think I might have paid 20 bucks for it, and I love it. And I just have it hanging with some string and packing tape. Now we are moving on to the living room, and there are two different kinds of wood paneling in my house. So the dining room and the bedroom have the same kind of wood paneling. It's real wood paneling, and it has like a really warm, nice stain. The living room, in my opinion, it's really dark. And it's not so bad in the summer, but in the winter when it is cloudy and the living room itself is north facing, it can get really dark in here. And this is a rental, so I can't do anything about the wood paneling, but also the wood paneling was from local trees when they made a highway a long time ago. So that's super cool, and I understand why they wouldn't want to paint it. So I'm just working on embracing the wood paneling as it is. Oh, hello everybody. Thankfully for Christmas, I have a ton of vintage blow molds that I absolutely love, and they provide a lot of lights. I already have the blow molds out, so let's start plugging them all in and brighten up the space. This is my beautiful pie safe I've had forever. And I got this mirror, which the stain matches like perfectly with the wood paneling, and I got it for free at a church sale. And I like the mirror because it reflects light, especially when I put something like this in front of it. It's also very helpful when you have 5 different lights, then you can plug them all in and hide all the cords behind the mirror. So don't look behind there, it looks terrible. Okay, but the outlet's down here, so I'm gonna plug it in. See, doesn't that look festive? So this is a vintage ceramic tree, and then this one is not vintage. This is one that I did. My mom and I went to a ceramics place in town, and we both did a ceramic Christmas tree. So I painted this one, and it was a ton of fun. Highly recommend doing that if you have like a local clay ceramic shop. It was a lot of fun, and I think it looks very vintage. So then these are some Christmas wraparounds. I think they're coasters that you would normally wrap around a glass. And I just used them as a cute little garland. And then these also are vintage coasters that I just used as a garland as well. I don't know how I got so lucky, but the kittens have been leaving these pom-poms alone. So that is great, and I'm counting my blessings. And then I have this cute corner shelf. This is vintage wrapping paper that I added to the back a while ago, and I got this corner shelf on Craigslist, and it was wood, and I painted it this cute like blue, light blue color. And I just have lots of colorful furniture in here to brighten up the space, and I really think the corner shelf is super cute, and it makes the room pop. As soon as I started filming this, it started to snow. Oh, I'm so excited. Now, like most of you, I absolutely love vintage Christmas lights. This is a vintage Christmas light box, and the lights are still in it. Can you see that? Doesn't that look cool? But I don't actually plug in vintage Christmas lights. So this video is sponsored by Ollny, who sent me some really awesome LED Christmas lights. It's super important for me, especially in this space in particular, with how dark it can be, that I have as many lights as possible. And while I do have vintage Christmas lights, they cost a fortune to light. Not to mention, lots of people are worried about like wiring and stuff. I'm not as worried about that. I did decorate one year in my house with vintage Christmas lights, like outside I did, and it was so beautiful. But the electric bill the next month was bananas, and I said I would never do that again. And since then, I have used LED lights, and it is a million times cheaper. But it's really important to me that the LED lights are a warm glow, and that is what these are. And this box, it doesn't look like it, but there is so many lights in here. They are outdoor lights, technically, and I picked these because they have 262 feet of lights. That is a ton. And so then I don't have to use multiple strands, and my plan is to decorate the ceiling of my living room, which needs the most light. Unlike vintage Christmas lights, these lights are very lightweight. So I can use just one simple command hook to hang these lights, which is really easy. I did think about putting the lights on the walls, but I don't dare do anything except the ceiling because my kittens are so naughty. I feel like they would rip them down. But thankfully, Christmas came early this year and Santa sent me a very tall elf to help me put the lights up on the ceiling. I plan on keeping them lit all winter long. So I'm not just doing Christmas. So I don't want colored lights. I want them to be up through January, February, probably even March, so that it can make me happy and give me that hygge effect that I love doing in the cold winter months. It is only one strand of lights. This living room is pretty big. It's like 16 feet. So this thing is huge and all these lights are hung up and it looks absolutely beautiful. These lights from Ollny have a really cool remote so that I don't have to get up and plug them in. And you can choose different settings and they are dimmable. If you want to get these lights for yourself, check in the description. I will have a link to Ollny's website along with a coupon code. Thank you so much to Ollny for sponsoring this video. This living room is not finished. I don't even have curtains up on that window, and that window has like really not my favorite gray curtains that just were here when I got here. So I need to switch out the curtains in here. And then the other thing is that I have not decorated this wall, or really any of the walls, but this one is the one that I really want to have like a big collage wall. My plan is to actually tackle this wall this winter when I'm bored and need things to do. But I think I decorated enough. I feel really happy with what I've done. And so I'm just going to do this. Well, I would call it simple because it's just one thing, but this thing is pretty maximalist. I did get it at the last flea market that I was at, and it makes me so happy. It sparks the most joy in the world. Oh, that looks so nice. I really hope my kitties leave it alone. I had some Halloween die cuts up like a month or two ago, and the kitties attacked them. So I'm going to be here all day, and I will pay attention if they paw at it. Every year I save the Christmas tree for decorating after Thanksgiving. So I always decorate right after Halloween, but I save the tree for after Thanksgiving because it gives me something to look forward to. And I do normally decorate with a big, like 7-foot tree, but because of the kittens, I wanted to have a smaller tree that I could elevate so they wouldn't be tempted to climb it. I had this silver tree already that I got at a thrift store a few years ago. I think I paid like $25 for it. It is not a vintage aluminum tree, but I think it looks good enough. I am dying to have a vintage aluminum tree one day, but I will be patient and I will be happy with this one for now. The boxes under here are ones that I keep here all the time, and they're adorable, colorful ones from like the 70s. But I didn't really think that those went very well with Christmas, so I used a vintage Christmas tablecloth as the tree skirt to hide the boxes down there. A bummer about this is there is like almost no room to put presents under the tree, so they've definitely spilled out presents for my family. But it's kind of fun. I mean, who doesn't want a tree that's spilling over with gifts? I think that that's fun. Plus, a lot of my presents are actually secondhand. This one is secondhand, and then this one is thrifted. I love doing secondhand gifts, and I hope you do too, because secondhand gifts are the best. Some of my most favorite gifts have been vintage secondhand ones. A few years ago, my mom gave me a blue typewriter for Christmas that I absolutely love, and I have on display in my living room at all times. Now, the ornaments I picked are all ones that are not breakable. I normally decorate with really special vintage shiny bright ornaments. I also have very meaningful glass ornaments that were my Oma and Opa's that are family heirlooms. I did not decorate with those this year. I only did ones that are like plush ornaments, or they are plastic ones that are still vintage, so if they would fall, they wouldn't break. I have lots of like felted Santas on here. So still lots of vintage ones that make me happy, but if the cats do ever climb it, I know that everything will be fine. I do have the only glass thing on here is this glass tree topper, and it is so beautiful. And I actually had the tree up for about a month without it being decorated, to give the kittens like the time to get used to it. And I used a spray bottle, and that worked. And they started leaving it alone. And by the time that I decorated it, they have left it completely alone. So I think the tree topper is safe. If you want to see how I normally decorate when I don't have kittens running around the house, I will show my Christmas house tour from last year so that you can see what my 7-foot tree looks like, and all the big, beautiful ornaments that I normally use. But I'm very happy with this more tamed down version of Christmas. I don't know. I feel like a lot of you will think that maybe this is really extravagant, this amount of decorating, but for me, it is very minimal. I normally decorate very maximalist. I have probably 10 Christmas bins worth of stuff, and I think I decorated with 4 of those bins. Most of them did not see the light of day this year, and it's actually been kind of nice to have a little break. And I didn't decorate much of the kitchen at all, and I didn't decorate my bedroom or anything. It was just much more chill version this year, and I really liked it. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who kept Rosie and Vera in your thoughts and said prayers for them when they got fixed. It was quite the ordeal, but it is now 2 weeks post-surgery, and they are doing great, aren't you? And now they're running around happy as clams, so I'm very relieved that that's done. The best Christmas gift this year is having healthy kittens that are really lovey-dovey now. When I first got them, they were feral, and I couldn't get within a few feet of them before they would sprint away from me. After lots of patience, I was able to touch them, but they would flinch, especially Vera, the black kitten, was really scared of me, and I was worried that I would never have cuddly cats. But with lots of practice, now I'm able to hold them and carry them around the house. Oftentimes they will chase me around the house and beg to be picked up now. Even Vera, who I felt like I was never going to be able to pick up, she absolutely loves it. Whenever I sit down, they're cuddling in my lap. They're the sweetest kitties in the whole world, and they've definitely made Christmas more enjoyable. I was truly dreading the holiday season since this summer. I was afraid of being alone, and I have never dreaded the holidays, ever. This was the first year that I was really not looking forward to it, and a few different things happened in the last quarter of the year that really turned things around for me, and it is going to be a wonderful Christmas. And we're so happy, aren't we, Rosie? So if you watched my really depressing videos before, I just want you to know that things are way better. I'm much happier, and we're all doing just great. Wave to your fans, Rosie. Well, all the decorating is done. I think it looks lovely, and I'm going to reward myself with a mug of hot chocolate with some marshmallows. And I am going to light the fireplace, and I'm going to watch one of my most favorite Christmas movies in the whole world. It's a Wonderful Life. It really is a wonderful life, and I'm so grateful. My life did not turn out how I expected it between the divorce and I thought I had everything figured out, and sometimes it doesn't go how you expect, but I am so happy with how things are turning out. And sometimes, even if it's not how you planned, it ends up being way better than you hoped. I hope that you have an amazing holiday season. And if you are alone this year, I just want you to know that I am holding you in particular in my heart. And the holiday season will pass, and we'll get through it. Thank you for watching, friends. I'm so grateful for you. Merry Christmas. A new kitty has emerged. Are you the father of my kittens? Are you? Where you go? Oh! Blossom and the other kitty are friends. Oh, they're gonna go in the garage door. That's where we have extra food for them, and they can stay warm. That's so cute. Is that your papa?